And there it is. Looks like Koisy has entered the arena as well. I've got some names to type. Should have been doing that already. And we will be hopping over into action in just a moment here, as soon as I remember how to spell Koisy.
In Sebasco player one side, both the Elder God border showing off. They've been grinding that Combat League. That wouldn't be me, because Combat League gives me gives me very angry thoughts. It is not a fun play. It's not a fun play. Cetrion today for Koisy, the first pick of this match. Might be another one if he loses, but Cetrion is what he's going to start with. Sebaska, no Sindel just yet. Going to go with Fujin. We saw it earlier against Blue Link. Obviously didn't work at the end because Blue won, but not a too shabby Fujin.
All right, here we go. Game one, Fujin on the board here. Koisy, though, he's in the loser's bracket. He's done messing around. It is time for Sindel, or not Sindel, Cetrion here. This is the character that he found a lot of his early success with. As DLC characters came out, you know, we did see the switch over to Sindel as arguably more prominent now, and with the recent buffs and aftermath, he's also been having a lot of fun with Scarlet. But here, it's time to go back to what he arguably may know best. And so far, off to a decent start here. No Amplify on the Warp Needle. I think that's a risk to take, though, against Koisy. Koisy gonna get that flawless block timing. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. The only part about Fujin is like, it's a huge mix-up. Am I gonna meter burn it or not? Am I gonna stagger it? Am I not gonna even finish the full string? There's so many mix-ups with Fujin with that just that one string. You never really can always just floss. Down forward. Oh, it's using Born again. Oh boy, the tornado actually just got a kind of technically buff. There was a 7-frame kind of gap where you can stand a 1 interrupted. They just patched it where it only will trade if you have a stand 1 7-framer, down 1. Can't really interrupt it anymore. You can only trade.
7 frames, is it still flawless blockable then?
Yes, it's
I
still
think that's the timing window to flawless block it. And the flawless block, I think, reduces the pushback on it. So that's one of the really scary things about the move, is that it will send you kind of far away. For Fujin, it might not be as daunting because he's got that low slide as well as that backdraft move where he summons the wind with back 2. And one of those goes like half screen. So he's not going to be too worried about Sindel getting far away from him, but still definitely not what you would want. Ooh, doesn't quite get caught by that tornado. And there's the backdraft, not quite far enough. Half screen, she was sitting a little further. But there, you see how it pulled even from the back of it, still ended up pulling. Koisy has to be really careful with that backdraft move that he uses. I don't know what it's called, but I think backdraft is a cool name for it. It's definitely not called backdraft. It's actually all that I know.
Physical 3-set and the Aquaman trade. We all know Aquaman can just do. If you do a combo in that, you can actually block afterwards to get hit. And Sebastian's so smart for that. He didn't go for any combos, he went for a throw instead, making sure you can't break away at all.
Yeah, also he is still currently sitting on Fatal Blow. 1 hit confirm is all he'll need. Koisy still needs a little bit more damage to finish the job. Without the chip is going to be avoided, but no defensive meter left to survive, and that will be Koisy claiming game 1.
Cetrion.
Game 1 with Born against Cetrion. This is really like the pick that everybody thought, really, when Cetrion got buffed, her third variation Born Again got buffed, we thought every single, Cetrion player was going to use Born Again. That was going to be the pick of the town. It was honestly a really, really nice buff, but we haven't seen Born Again that often. They've kind of stayed stingy, with spring cleaning, not wanting to change, but of course, finally bringing out Born Again. Character start screen though, that gives Sebasga the chance to make a switch. We've seen a lot of Fujin. That's been what's been happening lately, but he does have a couple of the characters, Liu Kang being one of them, and Liu Kang is going to be picked so far.
Alright, Koisy of course locked in with this Born Again Cetrion pick. Born Again is not the variation that we typically see from Koisy, or Sindel players in general, to be honest. It's a lot of spring cleaning. Many would still argue that spring cleaning is the stronger and strongest variation available, but there are some interesting utilities available here to Born Again, and Koisy is, of course, going to be one of the best at capitalizing and utilizing those. So it'll be interesting to see how Born Again ends up faring here now that the Chosen One is on the screen here. Sebasga, we've seen his Liu Kang before. It is solid, but is it solid enough? Ooh, tuck those toes up, lady. She'll never do it.
Play with everything, she's not allowed to.
Ooh, you live in a tyrannical land? Why won't your cat be allowed to play with anything? If Bubs wants to play with something, Bubs gets to play with it, unless it's headphone cables.
cords are not a thing she can play with. I had to grab a cord away from her. She's not using my charger for my phone. Not
It's
gonna
just a phone charger. It's not an Ethernet cable. You'll be fine.
Koisy really using the range down four. Like, Cetron's down four. Such long range, and also you can just go straight tornado afterwards. It's such a threat, really, in any matchup. And even
She still
low
has
profile,
rock wall
like
too, right?
fireballs.
She still has rock wall in this as well. Oh, yep,
Yes.
there it is.
There's your answer.
Yeah, down forward rock wall is a stressful tool as well. You have to be really careful, and it creates a lot of good space and pushback. The flying kick not going to be quite close enough, and that will allow Koisy to claim round 1 here of game 2 versus Sebasga, as he's looking to send Sebasga out of the tournament. This is loser's side action here, so whoever falls will be falling out of the tournament. No more second chances left.
So far, Koisy has been taking away this game. He's sending up the Aquaman buff. It is random. Very cheap. There's no way you can pick really what buff you get. So not even using the Aquaman buff. She just wants to get away with it. Go for the front. Instead, Sebastian's still fighting back. No flaws. Dream didn't have to curse it. One. Really trying to play headspace here too. Grab, not going to be a huge really factor in the comeback. Really market. Oh, but the winds will do it. The back will be split and blown away as Koisy claims the second. Looking at the earth, peering at the danger she's created, and up to give you Sebasga the chance to really switch into a character and stay with that character. There's no switching from now on. And you gotta always think about, like, he not only has Cetron, he has Sindel, sometimes even a Cassie, Jackie sometimes. There's so many characters you really have to think about, not just the Cetron, but... So I would think Liu Kang is a solid character. Like, this is one of the characters where if you know the opponent has a pool of really characters you can pull out, Liu Kang can deal with a lot of characters by himself since he is a very high materialist and able to really defend against the top tiers himself.
Yeah, I think the big thing about Liu Kang is he's got a really well-rounded toolkit. His zoning is not the best, but it exists. His up-close game, maybe not the best, but it exists. Crushing blow game, also not the best, but it does exist. And all of those tools, when utilized properly, can prove to be a formidable foe against anybody on the character roster, including the other top tiers.
Even getting the parry, but not gonna work out this time. It didn't work out last round, but you only can trick you one time. After that, you know what's happening. Corner again. It's so hard to really get out of the corner with Cetron because the amount of range you have to just stand one, good mid. Rock wall is always a threat everywhere on the screen, even full screen sometimes. Deflecting every bit of projectile, and I'm not sure what Sebasga went for there. Maybe it just didn't get the hit from it, but not going to be great for the round count. And Koisy is already on match point. So far, Sebasga has not been able to get anything started. And the way you're going to get something started is get that demon in the corner. Yes, easy combo conversion. No guys in this race. She's only able to do divine grab. But that's the thing about Cetron. She has 2 combo starters. She doesn't need one of them. She already has one as a universal.
Ooh, big crushing blow here from Koisy. Sebasga, what the fuck? How did that not armor break? Wasn't that the tornado? What the fuck just happened?
The game's something else.
Oh, and there it is. Koisy will take it 3-0 here over Sebasga. Are we going to also see a fatality or a friendship, perhaps? Oh, no, this is a fatality. Oh, man, we haven't seen this one in a while. This one is awful. I would like to know where she's even standing. Do you see the angle that, like, where are you standing when you're shooting the laser? Because it's not where the guy is underneath you. You had to have moved. Like, there's just too much movement from where it was before. It's absurd.
It's definitely something. Not the fatality I prefer either.
Alright, so I currently have a lap cat, so this is going to be a camera angle usually reserved for my OnlyFans, but I want to show you guys the bubs here being particularly friendly.
Come here.
Do you have a cat too? Hold on, are we about to get double cats? This is content right here. This is content.
She doesn't like being held, but she's here for now.
Yeah, Bubs is okay with being held a little bit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get some invites in here in just a moment here. I will pull up the bracket because I can't actually send invites at this angle, but I want look, I have a cat. Bubs is a real thing. And we will be right back with